The third and final day of the Tampa College Hockey Invitational, the most unique mid-season tournament of its kind in the game of NCAA hockey. The Tufts Jumbos come into this one after a tough loss on day one of this event against the top 2 rated Salve Regina Seahawks. They look today for redemption, for a W, for a chance at a title. On the other side of the ice in the navy, silver, gray, and white, it's the SUNY Geneseo Ice Knights. Geneseo comes into this one a top 15 side in the country. A win today against the Tufts Jumbos, and Coach Schultz talked about the importance in those pair-wise rankings of a 2-0 trip against 2 top 25 teams rated nationally. It's Coach Schultz in his 20th season behind the bench for the Ice Knights, and in his 10th season, it's Coach Pat Norton behind the bench for the Tufts Jumbos. It's the Elephant versus the Knights, and to my right, I introduce in my right-hand man, my consigliere, mon frere from another mare. I am Dan Kay, your play-by-play. He is Lucas Jones, the man in the know. Welcome in.
Thank you, Dan. It is a pleasure to be here for Game 3 of this impressive, astounding weekend. We've had 2 games so far, and they have just been so much fun. Everything that we've been hearing from coaches, from players who are at this junior event, to the fans that were here, has been how exciting the action has been and how great of a venue we have for ourselves. This third game, though, I mean, there's a lot riding on this one, Dan. We've seen these 2 teams once before already. These are 2 styles that should be fun. You have the Jumbos, who just were a punishing attack, and then you have the Ice Knights on the other side, who run and gun with the best of them. I'm excited for this one.
We've got player personnel directors from NHL squads in attendance. We've got scouts in the building. We've got dignitaries watching along, and we've got hockey aplenty. Lucas, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. For the Tufts Jumbos, they come into this one 4-5-1 overall, a 2-4-0 conference record. A win today would put them back up at the 500 mark, an important one for the Jumbos. On the Geneseo side, 9-3-1, 5-1-0 in their conference. They just look to continue their winning ways and get to that double-digit 10-win mark on the season. Lucas, take a look at the rosters. Who are you highlighting here in this one?
Well, I think this is going to be an easy one, Dan. I think it's top-line guys. We saw that for the Ice Knights, the top-line guys, they produced in terms of the point sheet. I think it starts with Weberg, the Alaska Fairbanks man, who has had a productive season this year with 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points. Weberg is anchoring this line, and Chisholm and Deisman. That's going to be the guys that you need for the Ice Knights to be successful. You feel like sometimes you talk about lines that you don't need them to be on the point sheet, you need them to make an impact. These are your points guys, for sure. And then on the other side for the Jumbos, Dan, it might be kind of cliche to look at the top line again, but that's where I am. And I'm looking at Resnick, Norwell, and Fennell. These are guys who I need to match with the Ice Knights here. I need them to exceed the speed. I need them to battle physically. And I really need them to try to find an edge early on.
Yeah, Brendan Fennell is a very solid left winger up there on that top line, joined by Max Resnick and Trace Norwell. Why are you giving me that look? I corrected you. It's Fennell.
That's what I said.
You said Fennell, like the salad.
Too Italian for my own good.
I don't know. You're hungry. I think you came to the broadcast booth hungry today. But I'm hungry for the defensive side of the ice. That's what I'm looking into today. And you've got 2 netminders making their second start of the event in Jacob Torgner for the Geneseo Knights and Gus Byland for the Tufts Jumbos. Okay, Byland got off to a hot start after an early slow start. Tough to say to him, what do you mean by that? Well, 1 goal gets by him a minute 12 into the first game against the Salve Regina Seahawks, right? He's down 1 early, but he settles in after that. The next 40 minutes of play, lights out net minding before the floodgates started to open in that third and final period. Watch for Byland to start fast today. A day off, a day of rest, getting ready for this one, watching last night's game, seeing the tape on this night's side and how they like to go about their attack. It's Byland getting a second chance. On the other side, Jacob Tordner, a great start last night in a victory. 4-3 battle, allowed his team to stay in the game with a couple big late saves. This is going to be a goaltending battle here, and you look at the defensive side. On the jumbo side, I look no further than Silas Overton and Jamison Klein. These two, real solid in game one.
Yeah, I like Klein, I like Overton, and I like them together. We saw that the defensemen throughout these first two games have been so important, not just in terms of their ability to do what they're named for, play defense, right? But to push the puck on the offensive side. We've seen some goals coming from the defensemen. They need to be able to pinch at the blue line, to keep these offensive drives going. And with the amount of back and forth play happening in neutral ice through all of the previous 6 periods of play, you look at how important the defensemen are. They are your coolers, right? They're the last line. They're the first attackers sometimes. I need them to really be dynamic in the way they approach the game.
Sean Melso, 15 points on the season for the Geneseo Knights. He's joined by the freshman Jackson Stimple, 6'5" tall. This top D pair is going to have to play well. Tufts is not a run-and-gun outscore you team, but they've got a losing record overall, but the goal differential still in the plus column by 1. What does that mean? It means mathematically they play close games. It's going to lean one way or another. It's going to be a 1-2 goal differential today most likely. It's just the style Tufts plays. You've got to be good on the back end. Melso loves to score the puck. You got to see that defensive fire out of him. I think you're going to get plenty of it.
Well, and what that means for a team that's facing, right, it means that you need to stop them from scoring even more so, because a team with a close goal differential and a close record means they're probably not scoring a ton. Like you said, they're battling in these close windows, and so you need to prevent the offense from getting rolling. You need to prevent the guys from getting on that roll, finding that momentum.
This is a fun one here tonight. We invite you in to watch along with the Dan K Show here on YouTube.com. The Dan K Show presents this free broadcast. Engineer extraordinaire Brian Linzer behind the scenes. Dan K on your play-by-play. Lucas Jones on your color commentary and ice side action. Coach interviews in the intermissions. A trophy celebration at the end of this. Every single side is in it. Salve Regina can win the title from the stands today, Lucas. Anybody's ball game still.
This is what you love to see, right? It's a 3-day tournament. It's 3 games and 3 teams involved. This is as dramatic as it gets. And Dan, we're only a few games into 2026. This is how you start the year off right.
Dan K, Lucas Jones, the Dan K Show will take a breather and a break. We'll be right back here live in 10 minutes time for your starting lineups, your national anthem, and hockey from the Tampa College Hockey Invitational in its 2nd annual edition. Welcome back to the Tampa College Hockey Invitational. Final day, the third day here. The Tufts Jumbos take on the Geneseo Ice Knights, and we take a look at the tail of the tape before we kick this one off today. Lucas, these two sides, my right-hand man, Mike Insigliere, Monfrere from another mare. The man, the myth, the Lucas. Tell me about these two sides and what we should expect today out of this action.
I think there's going to be no shortage of great hockey today. You are in for a treat. You've got two teams in front of you that have battled all season long to get to this midway point. They've had their breaks. They've each had a game under their belt. And I think from the Tufts side, you've got a team with a lower goal differential, as we went over in the pregame show. Coming into this event, they have a +4 goal differential. This SUNY side, they come in with a little bit more success on the offensive end. But these two teams play a lot of close games. You know, you're coming in here, and I think Tufts, the big thing here, Dan, they want to get to that 500 number, right? They came into this one 4-4-1, 4-5-1 after their first game. They'd like to get there. For this SUNY side, they are focused on the rankings, as all teams are, but they're looking at this game as a way to kind of bump themselves up before they head back to their regularly scheduled programming. I think the other cool stat to look at here, Dan, is the power play numbers. On the one side for Tufts, you've got an excellent penalty kill and a pretty good power play as well, and 81.8% on the penalty kill coming into this one. On the SUNY side, 30% power play success on the season. That's an extremely impressive number, so look for special teams to make a big impact today.
Lucas, we look at the top line for the Geneseo Knights tonight. The man from King City, Ontario, the junior 6'3" tall Carter Diceman. Call this man Andrew Dice Clay because he's hickory dickory good. That's a joke for me. He used to do that. I can't say the rest of the joke because it's not PC. It is not nice.
We have to update our references as a collective.
That's he's kind of coming back on TikTok.
Yeah?
The Dice Man.
Okay, I'll trust you.
And Carter Diceman has been that good. The centerman Philip Weberg out of Trondheim, Norway, the transfer from University of Alaska Fairbanks Division I hockey. And to his right, it's Luke Panchizin, the junior at 5'8" from Lincolnshire, Illinois. Sean Melso and Jackson Stimple, the defensive pairing, and Jacob Tordner in net with a start. We'll have your starting lineups coming soon here, but letting you know because, it doesn't always translate well, the PA into the broadcast booth up here. Brendan Fennell, Max Resnick, and Trace Norwell, your starting forwards for the Jumbos of Tufts University. Philip Lamar and Maddox Lazat. Tell you what, we've seen a lot of Lazat defensemen play in our time as the Dan K Show. Another Lazat spent a decent amount of time at this rink during COVID when they had Hub City in Tampa, and he was unreal, Lucas.
He was unreal. He was absolutely fun to watch, and if you're putting a Lazat on your defensive side, you're in pretty good shape. That is a strong defensive lineage. Physical players, skilled players, heady players.
Bryson Lago and Drew Pitts are some names to watch out for in the third D pair. Starting netminder tonight, Gus Byland for the Tufts Jumbos. Seeing two netminders with their second chance at it today. We now get ready to take you down to the ice for our starting lineups. We'll change to that center cam, and we are ready for hockey, Lucas. If Geneseo wins this one, that's all she wrote. That's all the oranges, not the marbles, because we're in Florida. We play for oranges down here. That's a cup for Geneseo midseason. If Tufts win, they need a win and help. We will not get you into the numbers now. Let's play hockey first and worry about mathematics second.
But you can certainly trust me when I say, if numbers become involved, Dan will be the first one to let you know. This is what Dan K lives for.
Like Steve Kornacki on election night.
Less khakis.
The polls are coming in. We have 9% reporting.
With no percent reporting, I have no math to do.
There's no math to do. The easiest math, Geneseo wins, they win. Geneseo goes to overtime, they win. Doesn't matter if they win the game today. The first tiebreaker is points. They have 3 points. Salve Regina has 3 points. Tufts has 0. You go to overtime, you get the 4, you win the whole thing. So, again, Geneseo fans, you are in what we call the driver's seat. Can they drive themselves to a win and a title?
That's going to be the big question that's going to get answered today. And I think for for the Ice Knights. They come into this one focused and ready. They were happy about yesterday's result, and they should have been. They earned themselves a good one, but now it's back to business, focused, ready to rock.
We take you down ice side now for your starting lineups and our national anthem. The lineups have been read. The anthem has been sung. There's nothing left to do but settle this one on ice. In the baby blue, white, and black, the Jumbos of Tufts. They don't have the names on the back because it's all about the elephant on the front. On the other side of things, it's the SUNY Geneseo Ice Knights. These gentlemen come down from the great state of New York to the sunshine of Florida, looking for nothing less than a cup mid-season. I look to my right and I introduce in yet again my right-hand man, my consigliere monfer from another mare. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Lucas.
You know, first time you introduced me, Yeah, we're kind of previewing, right? We're getting close. Second time you introduced me, the boys are on the ice. You can feel the excitement. When you introduce me a third time, that means it's almost hockey time, Dan.
Getting the start tonight for the Geneseo Knights, it's going to be Marcus Tortner, Payne Gatewood, and Nathan Stakowiak. Starting with that fourth line of forwards there, it's going to be Stimple and Melso with him on defense. Taking the center draws, Cole Dubicki, joined by Jonathan Horn and Ethan Ulrich. For the Tufts Jumbos, the puck is dropped for the first time today. It is hockey time here in Tampa, Florida. Advent Health Center Ice sets the scene. The Dan K Show on your call, bringing this one to you free. Thanks to the great folks here with the Dan K Show production team. Brian Linzer, our engineer extraordinaire. Dan K, Lucas Jones. We thank Toby O'Brien, Melissa Ty, and the entire crew, Ian, and everyone else that have put this great event together. Final day coming. A champion will be crowned. Taken away, turned on in front, just wide. Making its way past Jacob Tortner, who gets the start for Geneseo. Playing it in near side, trying to battle this one free. They do. That's Melso. Melso reels it around Stakowiak. We talked about Melso and Stimple in the opening. So important. Melso can score the puck as a D-man. It'll be about shutting it down today defensively. A Tufts team that plays close games every time out. Turned over, shot, steered wide. Doesn't make it on net. This one pitched up. Lucas, yesterday you saw Salve with just a little bit less in the skates than a Geneseo team coming off the day off there in their first game of the tournament. Can Tufts take advantage of that day off yesterday here early? Quick shot, patted aside, save made by Tortner.
Well, I think you see right away where they can, right? They can create some space, they can find some gaps. The passes might be a little crisper, but I think this SUNY side, Dan, is a team that doesn't have quit in their vocabulary. We saw that on display yesterday.
So I don't either, because I just don't know how to spell it.
Well, and you know what? You did it the right way. Don't even put that word in your wheelhouse if you can. But I think they've certainly got a task that is tall in front of them.
Drag shot, redirected wide of the net of Tortner. Did not make it onto the pads. It's going to be played there by DeFlorio. DeFlorio will turn this one around. That's Dimitri DeFlorio, the young man from Massapequa, New York. Hometown kid up there. Hands this one on over, looking for Weberg. Won't get him. Panchizin wanted it. It was a delayed offside, so he lets it go smartly. Norwell on the ice now, and he'll head off for a change. Pitched right back on forward. Some quick changes in here early going for both sides, keeping those skates fresh as they settle in. Hard hit there, wearing the hip of making the play was Maddox Lazat. That's a family trait. They're a physical family. They play good hockey.
They're going to need to kind of feed off that physicality for the entirety of this game as well. They need to control the offensive production early. That was one of our pregame notes. If they can get out early, if this jumbo side can get out early and score a couple of goals, that grit, that grind, that physicality will serve them well.
Kovacs up ahead to center. It's going to be Danny Bagnall trying to play it along. Delayed offside yet again. Just can't time up that zone entry. Pushed past the star of the game last night, Sterling Walters. That shot redirects wide. Jumping in front of it to the shooting lane was Rory Andrio, who redirects it just past Tortner's glove. Back to the corner, Kovacs. Off the glass, up towards Bagnall. Bagnall takes it down, turns it over. Nice job backing right back into the play there by Jack McDonald. The sophomore hands ahead. Drag shot low. First save of the day made there by Byland. Backhand try by Forberg. Can't get it on. Turn back up top. Swing and a miss. It moves out the center. Melso reeling back after it. Joined there by Ryan Forberg. Played ahead. No icing coming. It's tracked down by Bryson Lego. Turn back up. Looking for some space. Hands on. Through the legs. Melso, he'll hold behind the net. Melso waiting, wishing, wondering, turns this one along for Stimple. Stimple keeps it simple, moves it through center. It's going to be pressured by Ricotta. Horn takes it now. He turns away from Ricotta, hands on Ulrich. Ulrich moves it down past Stimple. Stimple will go play hard, hit to the boards. Dished out by Cole Dubicki. Horn takes it. Horn knocked by Melso. That shot blocked. Stick in the way. Marcus Tortner, a nice job there.
And you like this defensive effort as there's a shot on net. This defensive effort from both sides early. Keep yourself square to the shooter. Bend, don't break. Let these teams get to the perimeter. We've seen that in bunches already. This first period feeling out process going very smoothly right now for both teams.
You're dancing.
You're vibing.
Everyone's vibing.
Bringing the energy, and there's a lot of it around the ring today.
I'm excited for this one. Payne Gatewood was a absolute savant in the face-off circle last night. He was there for a moment, but the puck gets swatted back to his own end. Handed on for Melso. Melso Stakowiak. Stakowiak cross-ice Tordner. Tordner has Gatewood flashing through, tries to tap it on. He was pressured by Silas Oberting, the assistant El Capitan. Play behind the net. Around this one comes. Handed on forward. Turning move there. Thinking about a shot now. Takes it. Max Resnick on the look. Stick save made by Tordner, his third. That shot blocked on the way through. Gatewood takes it down. Block it, take it, carry it, get the change, dumps in.
That is drawn up to perfection, right? You wear that puck, you knock it down, you fire it out of the zone. But it's a good shot from Resnick, solid right on net. Most importantly, Dan, you have to keep an eye on these second chances, these rebound opportunities. When netminders are unable to control the puck, to control their space in front, that's where the greasy goals happen.
Here's what you love. Like we talked about it last night and the night before with Salve Regina, and they're a team that plays really fast. There's a turn-on pass in front, can't connect, and it seemed to speed these two teams up, right? They can play to that pace, and they did. But these are two fundamentally sound, shot low, kick save made by Tordner, fundamentally sound teams that you're seeing that fundamental side come together as they play each other. This is right pass, right place, right time, right play, blocked shots. These two teams are just tough to find any sort of blemishes on their resume.
Really, they are, right? And it's because they've got a ton of depth, right? That starts in the recruiting process.
Oof, almost had a trip there.
Yeah, that could have been very, very dangerous. I mean, you're going to see more of that as the physicality comes. These cornerboard areas going to be tough to kind of work in. But, yeah, these recruiting arms of these teams are fantastic. The depth is what wins you hockey games.
Hard hit dished out there by Giuseppe Fiorillo. Fiorillo on that one. The Austin Bruins North American Hockey League guy there. Sophomore, 6'2" out of Rochester, New York. It's one of your guys, Lucas. Fiorillo. I don't know. I can always say, like I'm Polish. I can say Polish name's great. Kemchek. That's my last name. Niechek.
Any amount of consonants.
Once
fine.
there's an O on the end, well, I panicked. I panicked on Fiorillo.
You're a big consonant guy.
It was the first time I've seen him this weekend, and I went, oh no, Giuseppe.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. My apologies. You know what? I'll put that in the charity till along with your mispronounced team name. I'll add that in. I'm going to add it because we're good people here.
Good people.
Good people. Good people doing good things. This one plinkoed up the center, tipped on by Bagnall. Backed up on this one. Bryson Lago gives that one ahead. Bagnall going to trail behind. Horn on the puck. Tip back in, looking for the redirect. Gets it down. Horn jams it on. Tordner stones him. Beautiful spinning shot by Horn. Couldn't get it by. That one wristed up from the point. Save made off his back foot there was Jamison Klein with a chance.
And some confident work for both netminders. There's been some shots high and low, a little bit of pressure in front, but if we look at yesterday's game, as the game progressed, you started to see more and more of that get down, get low, and get a little dirty action. There was a lot of contact in front of netminders. You were forcing them to have to make second and third saves. So as the game progresses, look out for more of that.
Horn to the corner. McDonald takes it off him. He'll pitch it off a body. Ricotta trying to knock it free. Gets by to Florio. Zarudny going to track it down. Dakota Zarudny. This one tipped ahead McDonald. Off the body of Silas Oberting. He just sweeps it into the end and looks towards the bench. No, he'll stay on for now. Zarudny flips past Forberg. Ricotta reaching out. Can't get there. McDonald wants it. He won't get it. DeFlorio's got to back up. It's going to get by everybody and be played by Forberg. Forberg on ahead, taken there. Tipped right back in, Torgner out. He tries to get the body to it, could not. Forberg going to block that shot from the stick of Brendan Fennell. Fennell was the man on the look. The save was made there by Torgner. Given on ahead, Ricotta's own entry shot, tips up over the crossbar, off the glass and around. Tough to find space to work right now for either side offensively, as this one's up and out of play.
Yeah, this puck has been moving pretty well, though, right? So you're taking your chances, you're taking your moments where you can find them. And both teams just being pushed to the perimeter. There's not a ton of space in the middle. You saw a couple of early crisp passes from Tufts as we were talking about the effect that a rest day might have, but it's been quickly up to speed, I think, for both sides.
This one won by the Knights. Kovacs backs up, throws that on net. Glove save made.
Good look from Kovacs there. Just take that pass, fire it in. See what you can create. Little stop and go now after a bunch of minutes of open ice action, and you'd like to see that open ice action continue. I think both of these teams are at their best when they're moving back and forth, when the lines are rolling, when they find themselves in a groove.
Weberg on the draw for Geneseo. Face-off won by Eli Pilasov. Pushed off the boards near side. Around this one comes, chasing after it, Dennis Davidson. This line was dangerous in game one for Tufts. Can they find some more magic here? Pushed on Panchizin. Panchizin, Weberg. Back for Panchizin. Drake shot! Blocked on the way through.
That's a big block shot there.
That shot doesn't make it through. It's caught up in the knees right now. What a job to hold on to that one. Rory Andriol closes the knees on it and just wouldn't let it free. Just going to shuffle his way all the way down to the other net.
Well, I mean, you got to get creative, right? Anyway, anyhow. But it's a good block shot because this is the line we talked about needing to make an impact, right? Panchizin, Weberg, Deisman. These are the guys that are going to try to find their way into the point sheet early.
Guy was going to go full penguin shuffle all the way back up the ice. Just carry that thing. I can't carry the ring, but I can carry you. The Samwise score.
How far do you think the officials would have let him got if he had tried to shuffle?
0 more steps because he was certainly trying it. It was still in there. He still had it between the knees when they blew the whistle. Sean Melso around from Gatewood. Torgner going to pin that one along the boards. Now give off for Gatewood. Gatewood tries to turn back up. He's got Stimple, can't find him. It's taken away by Liam O'Hare. O'Hare ahead for Mulvihill. Mulvihill backs up Sang. Sang took a shot. It was tipped, not enough on it. Geneseo gets it back. Friendly fire there. 2 skaters running one another over for the Jumbos.
Well, you'd say it was a huge open ice hit, but not when it's 2 guys from the same squad. Little miscommunication there.
That was Drew Pitts who wore the worst of it for Tufts. Gives back off. Shot on net with the man flashing in front. Nice work there by Torgner to stop and hold on to it tight in the paraphernalia with 9:57 remaining in the first period.
Geneseo doing a good job of getting back on the right side of the defensive play there. Every time Tufts tries to break out and get across that blue line, there's a couple of SUNY defenders ready for him.
Face-off coming here. It's going to be Diamond. Played around the boards. Zarudny wants it. Back out through center it comes for Dubicki. Knocked back free. Dubicki will win the race to that one. Wheels it around the boards and out to center. On this one, Horn. Horn hands off. Nice little shot there on the give and go. Hits the shoulder of Torgner, who then wears some friendly fire from his own man, but makes the save. Bagnall on it. Bagnall losing an edge at center. It's going to create a chance for Oberting to skate away. Silas leaves this one on. Dragged along by Ulrich. Down to the ice. Hard hit. Brendan Fennell gets the worst of that one. Guys splashing everywhere right now, I saw.
Fennell has been involved in quite a bit of physical action so far today. But this is going back to the open ice that we talked about. This is good hockey from both sides, battling for every possession. Defense is standing strong.
Funnell, cross ice for Resnick. Resnick just taps it on net. Torgner steers it aside with a glove and keeps it alive. Turn back up one timer shot, hits a body on the way through and goes wide. That one looking for a redirection. A chance from Lamar, can't find a connection and it's cleared.
Now you come out to settle it down, and Tufts maybe looking for a little bit of a breather here. Everybody get set up, see where you want to go, take advantage of the possession.
Playing this one back up now. It's going to be Zach Rizzo. Loved his game in game one. Just an energy guy. Every time he jumped over the boards, he brought something to the game. Can he do it again today? Turned up by Sterling Walters. 2 goals in yesterday's contest. Played on up through center. That's Philip Lamar yet again. Lamar tapped ahead. Going to find its way to Davidson. Davidson trying to turn back entry. Oh, they'll be tied up on the near sideboard one more time. Board battles, physicality, hard hitting, tough neutral zone action. Passing lanes gone, shots getting blocked, saves being made. Can they open up the scoring here? Stick goes flying, nifty little move to stay on it. It'll reel around the net. Holding, waiting, turns it on in front. Save made by Byland. The first time we've said his name in a while, and it was Carter Deisman who made that one happen.
Byland doing a good job of finding that puck in the scrum in front of net and throwing his glove on top of it. That's a tough one, especially when you've got some pushing and shoving. He threw himself to the far side post. The wraparound try was pushed to the perimeter, but that centering shot, so tough to move to all 3 zones as a netminder.
This one won by Tufts. Trying to play it forward was Klein. Hits a man in the skate. He'll get it back now. Klein cross center. Torgner out of his net to play it. He'll push that one free. Gatewood on the puck. Now for Stakowiak. Has Melso to his right. It's poked away. Gatewood jams it right back in. Klein behind the net. Now pushing up towards center. Marcus Sang will play it. Sang, Mulvihill O'Hare on the ice. Swing and a miss on the first chance. Second try, it made its way right back to the blade. Just steered wide. Backed in front, trying to jam it on. It's sticked away. No chances taken by Torgner, just swatting that out from in front of the net mouth.
And that was good positioning by Mulvihill right there, getting himself down on the opposite post.
Ulrich dancing in with a shot gloved out of the air by Torgner.
Well, you go back to that Mulvihill positioning, right? He gets himself to the other side, and after an initial whiff, the puck is recollected. The pass comes in front, but the defense was there. The stick tie-up, getting in front of the man. You can either separate man from puck, or you can do your best to prevent man from getting puck in the first place.
Right there for Geneseo, they were really making a mountain out of a Mulvihill, Lucas. It was one of those situations where John, he gets the puck, he's battling in front, he's kind of trying to find the turn to take the shot, and he just couldn't put a body on him hard enough to knock him off his balance, and he was able to put a shot on. A good stop by Torgner.
And it creates a situation where Ulrich is able to kind of drum up some offense of his own, right? Find himself right in the slot and try to put one on net.
You've got something in your mustache. Right in your mustache right there. Yep, you got it. See, I'm helpful.
Locked in.
I'm here to help. Zarudny backed up. Lucas, a very, very pronounced beard and mustache combo currently. Props. Kudos from the Dan K Show.
Thank you.
I've gone for the more trimmed look.
Well, you exist in Florida, and I exist in New Jersey, where I flew out in a 10-degree snowstorm, 40-mile-an-hour gusts on an airplane. So this is a self-preservation beard and mustache.
I left the Northeast and lived in New Jersey my whole life, except for when I lived in Connecticut for a bit of my life. 5 years ago, moved down to Florida. I can't do the cold anymore.
Nope.
I'm like an iguana. Gets under 40, I go catatonic, I just fall right out of the trees. Now one jammed in front, the shot stone. Big save by Byland, the chance from the stick of Forberg. DeFlorio now. The Knights have been on their heels for the last few minutes, trying to take it to Tufts now. Behind the net with it, turning on. It's going to be Rizzo back on the ice here. DeFlorio bodies. McDonald involved. Horn will take it away. Horn over for Rizzo. Rizzo tips ahead. This one jammed behind the net of Tordner. DeFlorio, he'll just back it up. Zarudny knew his man would be there. Turned over in a dangerous spot. Resnick down to keep it alive. Stick lifted by McDonald. Drag shot, save made, and held on too tight with a bear hug by Tordner.
And Norwell just sitting on that back post, ready for the rebound try. Tordner doing a good job of holding on to that one. It's tough to hold on to those high shots, especially when they come through with some speed, but he was able to absorb that momentum. And again, he sees Norwell sitting there. He doesn't want to have to deal with that second chance.
Face off here, Resnick taking on Weber. Resnick wins it. Poke back to the blue, trying to tip that back along. It'll be taken away by the Ice Knights. Here comes Weber. Thought about a shot. Instead, he'll give off for Deisman. That one blocked. Gets it right back. Jammed it on from behind. Caught the pad. Save made by Byland. Bit my tongue on that call, ladies and gentlemen. We're playing hurt. Upper body injury for Dan K.
4 to 6 weeks at least.
That one, Kovacs tied up with Resnick yet again. Good shift here for Resnick, creating some second chance opportunities with the hustle. Trying to find some space. Down to the ice he goes, looking for the holding call. They won't get it. That one tapped on, creates a scoring chance for the Tufts Jumbos. Another man down, in the second time the charm. Tufts going to go to the box here with 4:17 to go in the first. Tripping going to be the call. Two skaters went down. It's tough to make the holding call in those situations, right? Because you see both kind of losing that edge in that first call situation. The second go around, you're racing after the puck in the corner. Some tired skates trying to make something happen and reaching out with a tripping call there was Tufts. It's going to be Rory Andriol who heads to the box.
Well, on that first one, everybody was looking for a call, which generally means no one's getting one, right? But there has been a lot of physicality. There's been some guys getting knocked down, and the officials let it go to a point. But like you said, Dan, when there's one clear person who commits an infraction, they're going to the box.
For the first time today, the SUNY Geneseo Knights on the power play. A power play chance here to Florio. He'll give this one on McDonald. Turns back Bagnall. Bagnall, McDonald. McDonald, he'll turn up for Zarudny. He'll hand over to Florio. To Florio. Bagnall in the corner. Up top to the point, Zarudny. Quick shot high. Swatted away with the waffle board there. Save made by Byland. Turned back up to Florio. Trouble not gone. 1:18 to go on the power play chance. Zarudny, McDonald, Zarudny, DeFlorio. DeFlorio will hold. He'll turn down Bagnall. Bagnall back up for DeFlorio. DeFlorio hands over Zarudny. Zarudny to the corner. McDonald has Forberg in front. Won't give. Backed up. Zarudny to DeFlorio. DeFlorio Bagnall. Bagnall to the point. Zarudny coming on in with a shot. Save made and cleared. 2 stops on the power play so far for Byland. 3 minutes in the period. 45 seconds on the power play. Can Geneseo find one? Panchizin across that blue line. He'll hand back. Stolen away. It's going to be a shorthanded chance. Racing down after this one to the forehand side. It's sticked away. Save made with the paddle by Tordner. The back check heroes, the heroics of Melso right there. Melso, the man who lost the puck, chases it back down and reels it back in. It was Trace Norwell on the race with it. Around for Weberg. 5 seconds on the power play. Melso hands off. Skating up, Panchizin, one-timer, shot, a clapper from Weberg is stoned as the final power play second ticks off the clock. 3 chances on the power play, 3 stops from Byland, a save from Tordner on the short-handed try and the breakaway by Norwell. It's still nothing. Been a lot of yelling, a lot of talking, not a lot of scoring. We hope you're watching. We hope you're having fun. Chime in at @the_Dan K Show, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. Be a part of the broadcast. Let us know where you're watching from. That shot is blocked and turned away. Nice job there with the stick by Eli Pilasov. Moved on past Stokowiak. After this one is Stimple. Stimple, hands on Melso. Melso around Stokowiak. Stokowiak back for Gatewood. Gatewood will turn on Stimple. Stimple outside the reach of Stokowiak and move past Melso. Jumbos will set up here. It's knocked aside for a moment by Gatewood. Turned over, hit the shoulder blade of Tortner and heads up out of play. A nice chance taken by Davidson working along with Andriel. 1:38 left here in the first period. Stick around for our coach interviews. Each intermission break, it'll be Lucas Jones down ice side. Cole Dubicki taking on Philip Weber. Played back, he'll find Sterling Walters. Demeski can't get himself loose, turned over. Horn centers on in front, diving down was Tortner. The shot stays out. Big play there. Geneseo takes a deep breath after that one. Tufts nearly took the early lead. Behind his net with it, Drew Pitts. Pitts gets it out for Horn. Horn gonna split the defense here. Walters trying to bother him. Horn looking for the shot attempt. Walters knocks it away. Fiorillo. That's Giuseppe on that one. Hands on Demeski. Demeski backhands forward, and he'll race down after it. Pitch tries to get to him. Off his skate. Demeski trading places. Cannot get loose. It was Weberg who was just tangled up. Couldn't get the hand free to make a pass. It's pitched on in by Ulrich, who heads for a change. Walters getting pressured by Horn. He'll need a change soon as well as he skates back up the ice. McDonald for Bagnall. Reeled in by Diamond, taken right off his stick. Here comes Resnick with numbers. 3-on-2 chance if they hurry. That shot, catching glove stop made by Tortner.
Tortner continuing to come up
Whoa,
huge.
you scared me. I'm alone in the booth. Where'd that voice come from?
I am everywhere, Dan, and I am watching that save from Tortner, and it's just more of the same. It's exactly what we've seen, this entire weekend.
When I close my eyes, it's what I see. Michelle Branch. Face-off one by Tufts. One-timer clapper taken just wide. Looking at that one was Rizzo. 10 seconds left in the first period. Around it comes. Can McDonald get one last look at it? McDonald tangled up, was trying to give for Diamond. 3, 2, 1. Tied up behind the net by Lamar, and we are tied up in this game after 20 minutes of action. The score after one. SUNY Geneseo Ice Knights 0. Tufts Jumbos 0. Something's got to give. The second period might just bring that first goal. You feel like the nets will open when you get there. We go down now to Lucas Jones with head coach Pat Norton in his 10th season with the Tufts Jumbos.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, down here, some active discussions kind of going on a little bit, too, towards the end of this one. Obviously, a tense first period, a lot of physicality back and forth. Coach, let's talk about your team's performance to start here. How do you like their effort in the first?
I thought our effort was great in the first. I thought it was a really good college hockey game. I thought both teams played hard. I thought it was a back-and-forth game. I thought it was a really well-played first period by both teams. Good hockey game so far.
Now, the next question might be an obvious one for you here. Obviously, with a physical game like this, offense is going to be at a premium, especially with the passing lanes being closed. Do you feel an adjustment is coming, or do you guys just have to keep knocking on the door?
I think we just got to keep knocking on the door. I think we got to get our guys to stop at the net a little bit more consistently. I think there's some pucks to be had there. But I think if we keep getting pucks to the net, keep winning the races in the offensive zone and making good decisions, we'll have our opportunities, and hopefully we can put a few in.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Back up to you, Dan.
Incredible work by Lucas Jones and head coach Pat Norton down there. We thank all of our coaches this weekend. Jay Punske of Salve Regina, Pat Norton of Tufts, and the great Chris Schultz of SUNY Geneseo. These three gentlemen, three of the best in the business, and they have given their time to us here all weekend long. And the work they do for their universities, their schools, these players, these kids, these alumni is unmatched and unrivaled. We're going to take a breather and a break here. Dan Kay, Lucas Jones, and engineer extraordinaire Brian Linzer will be back in about 15 minutes for your second period of action. Might have eaten one too many garlic breads before coming back to the booth.
What's
Dinner
the
was out
total
in the
on that?
I'll put the numbers at over under 3.5 on garlic bread intakes.
Oh boy.
You hear that breath that I just took? That
that felt like you were breathing through the garlic bread. It's good though.
I might be a garlic bread right now. I used to be handsome. Now I'm
That
just
garlic bread happened.
I'm just at the point in life where, nothing looks as good as garlic bread feels.
Ain't that the truth? And now you can wear cool guy sweaters under your suit.
100%.
You don't even have to put on a dress shirt anymore.
That's how we work this business out.
I'm wearing a Gator-themed golf polo under this
Gator.
jacket. We do whatever we want, Dan.
Welcome on into the broadcast here in Tampa. I'm Gator, and to my right is my man, also Gator.
We can't both be Gator, but we both can be broadcasters.
Gator and the Pelican?
So good. He's an idea man.
I'm an idea machine, and what we've got down here are two coaches who are going to be idea machines at the break. Coach Norton talked about getting to the net front presence, Lucas. Why is that important? Tell the folks at home.
It's important because in these low-scoring games, you need to be able to put the puck on net a couple of times, right? When the passing lanes are shut down and when you're being forced to the perimeter on the offensive side, you have one option, and that is to get to the front of the net. You can't do anything fancy. You got to keep trying to jam it home. Where that's also important, Dan, because if you've got shots on net from the perimeter, they're more likely to be dropped in front for a juicy rebound. And you can't knock a rebound home unless you're sitting at the net front. So that is the way you want to try to approach this one. The first one's usually greasy, and that opens up the door for the rest of them.
On the Geneseo side, you had some ebbs and flows in that first period. 5 minutes where you're kind of in control of the game. 5 minutes where you're struggling. It was an up and down, and it felt like second game 2 days in, right? It felt kind of like those skates. Is it tired? Is it figuring it out? What did you think about this Geneseo side in that first period?
I liked what I saw. I mean, from my perspective, I had no notes for either team. Coaches are always going to be a little bit more critical of their performance, but I liked what the Ice Knights put out there. It was an ebb and flow, and what that means is it means it was dynamic, right? You're not trying to force an issue, which so often leads to you being overcommitted on the offensive side. On the defensive side, you don't sell out. You stay in your assignments. You stay where you need to be. You stay at home. The one place I do think that both teams could maybe tighten things up on the defensive side, you have to be careful for the backdoor shot, the backdoor look. They're so focused on blocking that shot. You saw it a couple of times. I'll call out the one time that Trace Norwell was sitting on that back post, just unmarked and unmanned. If that puck gets there, you're in trouble. So the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that there's no one kind of lurking in the shadows ready to knock one in on you.
Geneseo now taking on Tufts. Nothing the score after one. Tortner v. Byland. The netminder matchup. It'll be the long change period here, Lucas. Important to get the changes when you can and be smart with the puck. Gatewood will take on to Bickey on the draw. Face-off is dropped. It is hockey time for the second time in this one. Around past Bagnall. This one going to be tapped along by Ulrich. Jammed right back in behind. Down after it is Bryson Lego. Knocked aside. After it again. This one now going to be number 6, Drew Pitts. Pitts knocks this one along past Horn. Stimple taps it on for Melso. Melso trying to hand ahead Bagnall. Caught on his skate to the corner goes Horn. Centering pass, tapped aside. Melso reels it in for Geneseo and clears. Down goes Demeski. He won't win the race. The whistle will blow. Icing the whistle, icing the call. 19:16 to go in the second. Icings, as this period goes on, become detrimental in a long change period when you can't get that change.
That's exactly right, Dan. And the reason for that is because you're farther from help. You have to be on the offensive side of the ice in order to effectively and efficiently make a line change. So if you're trapped on the defensive side over and over and over, now the clearance becomes even more important just to get your guys off the ice.
That one off a body. Bagnall takes it down. He's got numbers. 2-on-1. Trying to find Demeski. No. Puck's loose in front. Diving in front of it. The shot won't make it on. No one could find it. Byland didn't see it. And it's sitting in front, unable to be pushed home. by Geneseo. Going to be another break now. Here comes Panchizin on a run. Panchizin, forehand, backhand, swatted aside. Waffle boarded away. A huge save by Byland.
Gus Byland coming up huge in net. The one-on-none chance gets turned aside. Shooter v netminder. It doesn't get any better than that.
This one pushed around. Deisman down after it. He'll back up with it. Handed on, turned along by Fennell. Flipped on in. That's Silas Oberting who jams it behind the net. Torgner lets it sit there. It's reeled in by Zarudny. Zarudny on ahead. Byland will play it. Lamar tries to get to this one, cannot. Tip back behind Weberg. Weberg around for DeFlorio. DeFlorio hands for Zarudny. Zarudny shot high over the shoulder, no. Weberg will go chase this one down. That one off escape. Reeled in for Tufts. It's going to be none other than Eli Pilasov. Pilasov hands off. Quick shot taken by Andrio. Torgner saw it late. It didn't make its way on net. No trouble for him. This one given up ahead again. Weberg trying to leak out. Lucas, you're seeing some guys. Wingers getting kind of leaked out of the zone for that outlet pass. Trying to create a break right now. Geneseo, that can give it, and that style can take it away if you don't complete that pass.
Yeah, it is a little bit more of a high-risk, high-reward scenario. But again, when you're trying to escape high pressure, when you're trying to battle against a really tough defensive effort, you got to start pulling out some tricks. You have to find a way to extend the ice.
Pass up top there for Walters. Kovacs will back it up at center. What a game this has been. This is high-level hockey. This is quality hockey you're watching right now. McDonald shoots it high and scores! E.I. Goal! It's Jack McDonald who's loving it for Geneseo.
What a way to start things off here with all of the great puck movement, the one-on-one shooters, the big high-energy moments. It's just a shot on net that goes in, and it was a good shot at that. Something had to give, and something has just a few minutes into the second.
Jack McDonald's second goal on the season, his 8th of his career, now getting himself to the 20-point total for his career with SUNY Geneseo. The Knights up by 1. Again, if they win this game in any way, shape, or form, they are the Tampa College Hockey Invitational champions. Ricotta for Forberg. Forberg turns back up Walters. He steers that one along the blue line. McDonald's got to get after it. He'll take it away. Whistle will blow for offside, and Coach Schultz is besides himself with that one.
Not a lot of happy folks down there after that call, but the official's right on it. He's right on that line, right in the correct position as well. You forgot your pen, didn't you? I gave you a pen specifically for today.
I am not to be trusted. I got it. Take your pen back. I've got my pen. Dan Kay leading the league in lost pens. Don't ever get me a pen as a gift. I will lose it. I don't mean it. I still care. Horn trying to make a nifty little move here. Down to a knee. High sticks Melso right to the nose. And they'll keep playing.
That's a tough one right there, and you've got to be careful. It's one thing to try to extend the play. It's another to potentially earn yourself a trip to the box.
This one carried in, shot low with the paddle. Around it comes for Stakowiak. That's one of those unintentional high sticks that if you were wearing the visor, Lucas, you heading to the dentist's office after the game. Move back past Melso. Into the corner it goes. Trying to turn this one free. That's Gatewood. Gatewood fakes the shot, now turns this one up. DeFlorio spins back Gatewood. Up top Zarudny. On for Bagnall. Bagnall wraps behind the net, trying to add to a one-goal lead. Here is Geneseo. They struck first last night as well against Salve Regina. Zarudny has this one deflected up and into the stratosphere out of play.
It's good.
3-0.
3 points go up on the board for that one. That one took a big deflection, and the fact that it went completely out and outside of the playing surface Shows you the speed and power behind these shots. They make them look easy. They make them look simple, but there's a lot of speed and skill on the ice right now.
Bagnall has this one. Has a Rudney. He'll hand to him. Dakota leaves this one off. Bagnall gets it back. He'll turn on. Trying to find some space and fires it into the Jumbo's bench.
Heads up down there.
Pat Norton nearly wore one.
I mean, the man's an athlete, though. He would dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge out of the way of any pucks fired that way. And there's a lot of coaches on these back benches with a lot of experience here. The X's and O's part of this game is what has been so fun for me, Dan. I know I speak for you when I say the same for you because you're seeing.
Speak for me. That shot goes wide.
No,
I'll speak for myself.
I will speak for you.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got?
That we have both enjoyed the X's and O's, the strategic hockey that we've been seeing this weekend.
Bagnall tried to just fire that one home. No strategy needed with skills like that, but it deflects up over the netminder and off the glass. Fine, I'll accept what you said. I agree.
I mean, it's not far off.
Nothing to add. Dakota's a Rudney. Turns this one over. Shot blocked. Tried to center it on. Jumping back in is Demeski to take it away. There goes the captain. Demeski holds, waits. Rudney shot low. Tried to go 5-hole. It's saved and steered aside by Byland. Deisman off a skate. Weberg down after it. Settled with the paddle by Torgner. Torgner for Zarudny. Zarudny for Weberg. Weberg has it taken off him. 2-on-1 the other way. Shot low. Save made. Torgner. No trouble for him on that one with 14-14 to go in the second period. Almost went back in time there.
Torgner immediately surrounded as well. You could see him start to tip forward if he needed to fall on top of that one. But now it's opening up a little bit, right? Especially when you've got this long change. You're having to have more of a focus on the line changes where you had a lot of this very turtle shell defensive style. Now you're seeing guys opening up the ice using all 200 feet.
14-14 left in the second. 1-0 the score. Around this one comes for Deisman. Tipped on ahead. Across the blue line, Panchizin battles it into the zone. Reeled around the boards. Walters has to chase after it and does. He'll get there in time to hand to Weberg. Weberg turning shot, was looking for someone for the redirect. Won't find him. Back behind the net, Panchizin. Wrapped in front, kicked aside. Good defense there by the Jumbos. Fiorillo shot off a skate. Weberg takes it down. Weberg now jammed in front. He finds Panchizin, but no room to take a shot. Panchizin losing hold of this one, taken away by Davidson. They'll tangle up with the blue line, hands back, it's Pitts and out. Down a plate in his own end there, that's Fiorillo. Giuseppe gives that one forward for Ricotta. Ricotta going to take it behind, backhand shot save made. Rebound, Choice scores! Absolutely blasted! Who else but Sterling Walters? Yet again, this man is in fuego. He's on fire. He can't be stopped, Sterling Walters, one more time.
Walters, with 2 goals already to his credit this weekend, finds a third here, and it's another clap bomb, a cannon shot. There's no amount of money you could pay me to get in front of one of those.
That's his 4th goal of the season, his 3rd goal in 28 hours.
Just keep feeding him the puck. He's on another level right now. He saw the words Tampa and Invitational, and he thought to himself, I'm going to put on a show.
What a shot from Sterling Walters. Finds the puck. It's trickling out of the zone. I just almost threw a gallon of water down on the masses underneath us from the booth. But just puck comes squirting free out of there. A couple chances, getting blocked, getting saved. Works its way out off a touch, and he just comes in and claps it.
And that's what you need. You just need to continue to put pucks on net. It's why the first period was so cagey, right? You had guys blocking shots, you had guys shutting things down, and now that you're finding these shooting lanes opening up a little bit, you're seeing what makes each team so dangerous. You've seen Tufts kind of leak some guys out, get creative, find some ways to the front, and then the Ice Knights, I mean, they are taking these power bomb blasts and just putting them on net.
Silk robes and kimonos. Ice Knights. like Oakland Nights. For those who have ever seen it, probably a reference, 90% of you haven't.
Yeah, it's like 9 people. If you've seen the Bash Brothers short film.
The unauthorized
The
Bash
unauthorized.
Brothers Experience short film on Netflix. Forberg will be on the draw for Geneseo. They lead now by 2. Sterling Walters joins Jack McDonald on the score sheet. Tufts took the timeout there, so they've got none left to go. Official takes the worst of it there and goes tumbling down. Giving back up, Melso, shot is blocked. That's Stimple with this one, around for Forberg. Tips this one free, McDonald, he'll try to tie it up in the corner. Out it comes, Weberg now. Stick lifted, Melso takes it away. He'll cross the blue line and jump it right back in with a big paddle there. Slowing it down was Byland. Holding this one out, Diamond, Torgner, back for Diamond, it's kicked away. Little give and go chance, couldn't find its way on. Stakowiak wants it. He'll trail it, it gives for Stimple, who takes a shot, shrugged aside. Byland with the save. Stimple, he's got it again, he'll take another one, deflects up, off the glass, stays alive. It was Mulvihill with the block, scrambling on in front, trying to jam it out with Stakowiak. He couldn't get a shot off, Liam O'Hare wouldn't let him go. Back up top, Melso, feeling more power play than even strength right now for this Geneseo side. They are in control of things. Diamond has it poked away. Going to be numbers the other way if they can rush with it. Don't have the skates under them after a long shift to make the run. They'll just dump it in and get the change.
Those extended offensive series are what really hurt a team in the second period. SUNY just tenacious, right? They start that series off with a back-to-back passing effort while battling some stick lifts. They continue to find shots on net to harass a netminder.
Wrapped in front, save was made by Torgner.
And now by the time Tufts gets into the zone, like you say, you have to make a little bit of a change and you just don't have the skates under you.
Ulrich tips it behind. Melso for Stakowiak. Yeah, definitely 4 garlic breads was too many.
You are
garlic
paddling
breads.
right now. I'm looking over.
A lot of garlic breads. I'm going to tell everyone I've done the science. That one backdoor step, just missing his man with Cole Dubicki. 2 garlic breads is where you stop the garlic breads. Diamond's on it. He'll be tied up near side, gives on Payne. Gatewood a drag shot, high save made. Diving second chance effort from Gatewood is steered aside with the pad by Byland. Nifty little move here, backhand pass. Looking for him was Ulrich. Hard hit there by Dakota Zarodny, who hits him, drops him, and stands over him.
Nothing like dishing out a big hit and sending a message afterwards as well.
This one tipped along by Bagnall. It's going to find its way to Demeski. Makes some space for himself. The shot is blocked. Bryson got there. Holds, shoots. Blocker to side. Another save by Gus Byland.
Byland is being put to work here in the second, obviously giving up those 2 goals, but he's having to make a ton of saves, and they're good shots. They're finding seams in the defense and getting to the places where he isn't.
Bagnall down after it. He'll turn behind, plays it off a skate. Trying to find their way free. Drew Pitts on the puck. Pitts, he'll play through center. Allen fired back up, pinches, and after it, he can't get there. He'll dish out a hit. 9:30 to go in the second period of play. 2-0 the score. SUNY Geneseo on top here. They were up 2-0 yesterday in the second period of play. They're up 2-0 today. Yesterday, Lucas, it was 3 consecutive Salve Regina goals that put them on their back skate in the final 10. And then Sterling Walters came to play and won it all.
Well, sometimes it takes just one skater who sees things a little bit better, right? Sometimes it takes the guy with the hot hand, and one thing that means for the other side for Tufts is you have to take the defenseman into account on the offensive side. It adds an extra layer of complexity to a Tufts defense that, while very good, it's a staunch defensive effort right now. SUNY is just finding the spots.
Weberg on the draw against Pilasov. Weberg versus Pilasov. They'll get a conversational going, and they'll try again. Third time the charm. They drop the puck. Panchizin trying to find some room to shoot. Couldn't get it. Kovacs will shovel it off the Tampa crunch sign. And it's played there. Up for Walters. Too much pepper on it. He'll chase it back towards his own end. Trailed by Davidson. Hands on Deisman. Deisman kicks down to the corner. Reaching out Panchizin. He'll try to tie it up. Leaves on off. Skating on is Fennell. Fennell moves this one back Rizzo. Rizzo has it knocked off him. Nelso moves it ahead. 3-on-1 right now for Tufts. Trying to find a man in front. They do. Nifty little shot is kicked aside. Kick save and a beauty by Torgner. Unable to get enough on that one. Dancing it in front was Davidson.
And Torgner saw that pass, that movement coming a mile away, right? You might say overcommitted, but you can also say knew where it was going and committed himself to the save. There was never an opening to try to make that shot and put that one on net. He's been good. Hasn't been tested as much in the second, but when he has, he's been good.
John Mulvihill on the draw against Forberg. Forberg will win it. It's reeled around the boards. McDonald run up hard into the glass there. That shot redirects off a body high off the glass. This one jammed on, bouncing by. It was Mulvihill with a look. Didn't make its way on net. Letting it skate on by was Torgner. That one jammed past Ricotta. Fiorillo, he'll be backed up into. Hard hit dished out there by Liam O'Hare. McDonald now poking for Forberg. Jammed off the skate. It's going to be a little chance here. Forberg shoveled in front for Ricotta. Got over his blade. Fiorillo there in time to keep it alive. Forberg back for Ricotta. He'll trade places. Fiorillo wanted to step down in. Then they changed their mind, and that miscommunication forcing the turnover. Sang, though, hands it right back to him. Diamond's over the boards for a change. He's going to dish out a big hit. You do not ever want to look up as a defenseman who is going to retrieve that loose puck behind your net, and you turn to make that pass, and you see Greg Diamond over the boards with a full head of steam coming at you. You start wincing as you make that pass.
Yeah, 6'5" is the height, the weight, I think unlisted because it would just add to the terror. But Diamond, certainly someone who hits hard and plays harder. He's the last guy you want to see with a full head of steam bearing down.
Greg Diamond, much like Dan Kay nowadays, not listing his weight. Hands on up off a body. That's Zarudny. It's tipped along for Horn. Taken down. Clappers blocked aside. Torgner keeps that one away from Torgner. It's Marcus who gets the block on that shot, saving the day for Jacob Torgner. Diamond flips this one in. Tapped off the Pepsi signed by Byland. Around for Gatewood. Gatewood cutting down in. Tried to go between the legs. Could not. Carried right back out now, Ulrich. Ulrich losing that one. Diamond. Beautiful pass finds Demeski. Demeski on the rush here. Shot scores. El Capitan. Demeski. Ooh, he's so pesky. It's 3-0. Geneseo.
Demeski with another sniper shot there. And what a feed from Diamond, too. As much as we talked about him, and we just finished talking about his physicality, the sweet hands of Greg Diamond, the ability to find Demeski, his teammate, to give him the open look and put one home and extend this lead to 3 goals. What a second period for Geneseo.
Alex Demeski's 10th goal on the season, his 48th career goal with the Ice Knights. 3-0. SUNY Geneseo continues its tear through this tourney. Tufts trying to find their way back in. Given back up for Bagnall. Bagnall out now, really opening up the ice now with the advantage. Wanting to add to this lead as the Knights.
And you want to press as much as you can. There's no guarantees.
Back and forth we go. A shot from Resnick, scores it. Take it to the max. Resnick puts it home. Demeski, one captain on one side. The other captain answers back. I'm the captain now, says Resnick.
And we were just about to talk that there's no guarantees here. You don't know when Tufts is going to find their rhythm. they might have started right there. The 2-on-1s have been there. They've had the breaks. They've had the shots on net, but they haven't found the goal. And that one, Dan, the save looked like it was initially going to be made. That puck just trickling through, getting over that goal line.
Leaking wingers out of his zone early for the outlet passes giveth Demeski goal, and it taketh away. That one an outlet pass, numbers the other way quickly when you don't connect on it. And next thing you know, you got the captain out of Tampa, Florida, scoring in his hometown. This one will work its way out in front of the net of Tufts. They'll move forward with it. Rory Andriol on the puck. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the second. The Jumbos answer back their first goal of the game. 3-1 the score now. The Geneseo Ice Knights leading Tufts. That one swing and a miss. Turning back on Walters. Walters will throw a little skate show on in the corner and find its way up to Weberg. Weberg hands off Panchizin. Panchizin skates it in, shoots it wide. Hard hit there, backed up into. That's Carter Deisman. Deisman will tie it up along the boards with a skate. Under 5 minutes to go now here in the second. Panchizin dancing out. Panchizin has it knocked off him. Deisman knocks it back. Puck popping all over the place. Someone will finally find it. This one handed ahead. Jammed in front, was looking for a potential redirect, made its way on net. An easy paddle save made by Tordner. The chance from Pilasov. That one off the skate of Ricotta. Back around it comes. Centering pass, trying to find Sang, who was waiting right in front. Couldn't get it through to him. McDonald losing an edge there. That one jammed in front. Kovacs in the way of it this time. Forberg pressure. He hands on for Stimple. Stimple tries to poke that one along. Oberding keeps it alive. Kovacs now behind the net. He's taken down. Right back to his feet on the puck. He's got Stimple in support. He'll find him. Stimple turns this one along to McDonald. And finally, for Geneseo, the puck leaves the zone. Tufts, some good pressure there. Unable to get a shot on net, though, in that fray. Trouble not gone. Still no changes here for Geneseo. A long shift for them. The backhand shot from Horn is saved, and diving on top of it. Caution to the wind. Covering up is Tordner.
Those extended offensive series for Tufts are the sign that they are finding their skates. They're finding their offensive momentum. And for the other side, for SUNY, I mean, you leak these guys out. It's been run and gun, right? So there is a little bit of wear and tear on those skates as well. You might find a second goal here for Tufts if you can continue to keep the pressure up.
Hands this one off, one-timer shot, a little bit to the left right there, just couldn't get it to the center of the blade, and tips it wide. It was Rizzo with the chance. This one back to the corner. Jumbo's trying to cut the lead. The one, what a sprawling save by Tordner. Thrown in front of him. It's sitting on the doorstep one more time, and knocking it off the welcome mat was Melso out the center for Geneseo. Tordner, a huge split save right there. And now the other Tordner's getting involved in some physicality with Ethan Ulrich. Two Tordners for the price of one for Geneseo fans and faithful tuning in. On the tough side, it is going to be a hill to climb when you fall down 3, but it is certainly always there. Plenty of time left in this one. The first goal's the deepest, right? You got to get that number 1. They've gotten there. Long time left in this game. Do not go anywhere. Remember, if Geneseo wins this one, they win the event. They win the trophy. Pitched on up, played behind the net, finds its way back for Resnick. He's hit off this puck. Melso knocks it to Demeski. Demeski trying to play it along. Gatewood, Demeski, quick shot from Bagnall is blocked. Big block shot there for Tufts. Appeared to be Trace Norwell who got the body to it. Resnick now for Norwell. Trace Norwell goes wide with it. Chipped in front with the body there, nearly going sail into the back of the net was Resnick. Then he's hit from behind hard into the glass. Coach Norton looking for the call. They won't get it. Everybody hitting each other behind the net. It's a 3-on-3 in the other direction while they tussle behind the play. This one now wrapped behind Demeski. He takes a shot off his back skate, off the shoulder of Byland and out. Pat Norton cannot believe he didn't get a call there on that hit from behind. They stay out of the box for now, Geneseo. Just one penalty in this game. Officials letting these two sides play. It's been physical at times, not as chippy as last night's game for Geneseo against Salve Regina. That one was certainly a battle last night. A little brouhaha. So Rudney, under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Gives on as Weberg running in front. Off his skate. Silas Oberting was trailing. He'll knock him off that one for a moment. Deisman turns back on Panchizin. Hands over Weberg. Weberg thought about a shot. Now a centering pass for Deisman. Hits a skate and goes behind. Skating on in Rudney. He'll play it. Has DeFlorio. Can't get away from Davidson. Davidson going to force a turnover here. Pilasoff. Eli shoots it. Low kick save and a beauty by Torgner to keep it out. Now the other way we go. Shot, save made. Panchizin on the rush. It's looking like 3-on-3 overtime hockey with the 5 men out. Walter's going to chase this one down. Fire wagon hockey in Tampa. Off the glass, trying to move it along. Racing down is Sang. He's got a man to his left. He'll hand to him. Skates on in front. Backhand try. Sprawling over Torgner's body. He ends up on top of it. A somersault to fall. And 49.4 seconds remain in the period. Yes, it is. It is a heck of a game so far. They are running all over the place, running and gunning for the folks at home. Again, 49.4 seconds on the clock in this second period. We'll keep you updated on the clock here in the booth. 3-1 the score. Tufts trailing by 2. That one knocked aside by Demeski. Kovacs. Played to Forberg. Forberg. Off a body there. Walters knocks it down. Walters plays to center. Pitts knocks it back in. Racing down is Dubicki. Hand goes up. Penalty call coming here. 25.6 to go. And a holding call going to be made. For the first time today, Geneseo to the box. And Tufts now with a good chance to cut the lead in half.
Well, and even more than just the end of the period power play opportunity. Barring any further penalties, this one is going to carry over into the third, which should give them a chance to rest, recover, and come up with an effective way to try to score a power play goal.
25.6 seconds remain in the second period. 3-1 the score. Face-off won by the Knights and cleared. That one huge towards the end of this period. Tufts will have one last chance to reset it. They got to hurry. Walters lets that one go by. It was tipped, though, so no icing coming. Played by Melso. He'll reel it around and out. 8 seconds left to go in the period. Tufts, for the first time today, are on the power play, but unable to get anything going before the buzzer sounds. 1:35 will remain on the power play to start the third period. And after 2, the score, Tufts Jumbos 1. The SUNY Geneseo Ice Knights 3. Ice side now, you'll have Coach Schultz with Lucas Jones for his intermission interview. One of those situations, I think Coach is happy going into the intermission until you see the penalty and you talk about when you got a lead, when you got a multiple goal lead, the biggest key is to stay out of the box for coaches. They tell you just be smart, play smart, stay ahead of the game, stay in the game. You have that penalty called. They'll be down a man to start the third on fresh ice. Tufts will have some time to try to get creative and draw some things up. And now we go down ice side to Lucas Jones and our man, Coach Schultz, with his 332 career victories.
Thanks, Dan. Down here with Coach Schultz. Coach, a heck of a second period for your guys. The pace was quick, shades of yesterday's game. How happy are you with that second period?
Yeah, it was a lot better. The first period, I kind of had an idea in my mind that the first period was going to be a tough period for us, coming off a tough game last night, and then turning around and playing at 4 o'clock. it's not the easiest thing to do, especially when last night we got a good 60 minutes out of the guys. So I kind of had an idea it was going to be like this, and I just hoped that the second period was going to, be a different kind of period, and it was. We were able to open it up pretty good and get some good scoring opportunities, but they did too. Our goalie's playing great. They had some good opportunities as well.
Now you look at the end of that period, obviously a goal for Tufts. Now you're going to have to come out in the third on the penalty kill. How do you guys seal up this win and take home some hardware?
We just got to do our job. We got to keep the game simple, and we have to make the right plays and manage the puck. I think both teams would be a little bit disappointed looking at video that period about how they managed the puck. A couple odd man rushes here and there, some really good grade A opportunities for both teams. So I think we just have to simplify and play the game the right way. It's really that simple.
Coach, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Back up to you.
Thank you to Coach Schultz, Lucas Jones, and the Zamboni for all making an appearance. And now Lucas has to make his way through that water. Stepping with his left, now his right, back to the left. He's close. He's getting there. Almost loses an edge, and now he's off the ice. Good work, Lucas. Good work, Coach Schultz. We got 20 minutes of hockey left to go. We're going to take a breather, and we're going to take a break. Here from Advent Health Center Ice, the Tampa College Hockey Invitational nearing its conclusion. Can Tufts come from behind? Can the boys from SUNY Geneseo pull off the 2-0 weekend? You'll have to stay tuned and watch right here. For Brian Linzer, our engineer, I'm Dan Kay. Lucas Jones, I said we'll be back. Welcome back into Advent Health Center Ice. The Tampa College Hockey Invitational, in its second year of existence, has brought us down to this point. 3 teams came to this tournament, and 3 teams still stand a chance to win it all, depending upon the final 20 minutes of this game. On one side, the Tufts Jumbos, a day 1 loss 5-2 to Salve Regina, trailing today 3-1. On the other side, a SUNY Geneseo squad that won 4-3 on the back of back-to-back Sterling Walters goals, today leading 3-1. Geneseo wins, and they raise a cup post-game. Tufts wins, and they need some help. I will tell you, Tufts fans, score, score, score. You got to score, and you got to score a lot. I introduce in a man who's excited to call the game with me, who's been having fun so far, who you've seen twice on camera interviewing coaches. He's my right-hand man. He's my consigliere. He's mon frere for another mayor and the master of ceremonies for the trophy presentation. Unlike the Pop-Tarts Bowl, we will not be sacrificing any snacks at the end of this game. It is Lucas Jones. Welcome into the booth.
Well, there's certainly no need to sacrifice any snacks, Dan, because this game stands, I think, on its own. And that's not an insult to the Pop-Tart Bowl, which is, of course, the People's Championship. But it just goes to show you how good this game has been after a tense back-and-forth first period. We got an opened-up second period of play, which featured all 4 goals you see before you on the scoreboard. But now, some pushing and shoving at the end, a penalty taken late, some momentum maybe swinging. It'll all depend on how these 2 teams, especially the Jumbos, come out in the third.
The Tufts Jumbos will start the third period on the power play. An important power play, an important penalty kill every second of play. Vital, some may say, as we make our way towards the championship podium. Tampa College Hockey Invitational, we thank you for watching all the Dan K Show. Be sure to follow us at _Dan K Show. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. TikTok as well. Dan K, Lucas Jones, we are your show. And today, these 2 teams have put on a show. Weber going to lead the squad out, this PK unit. Walters, Fiorillo, Deisman, and Weber. What do you think about this squad taking the ice?
I like it. This is the line. We talked about it a little bit, and when you talk about like penalty kills and power plays, but these are your impact players, regardless of whether you're on the full strength or on special teams.
Puck is dropped, and for the third and potentially final time, it is hockey time here at the Tampa College Hockey Invitational. That one pushed onto the net of Torgner. He takes his time covering up. 9:42 left to go in the third, and 1:17 on the power play at the whistle.
And that's something we're going to be watching pretty closely here. That final 1:17, it's not the end of the chances for the Jumbos, but certainly a good one.
Face off here, Weberg on the draw, taking on Fennell. Fennell trying to win this one back. They got the extra forward out here on the power play. It's Davidson skating to the back right here. Getting tossed out of the circle is Weber. Deisman gonna win it. You love to see the backup win a draw if you're Geneseo, but Tufts able to keep it alive. Nice job there by Pitts. Little game of catch here near side. Trying to jam in front off the pad and saved by Torgner and chipped all the way out by Walters.
That is good, no-nonsense penalty killing. Stay at home. Don't get yourself drifting away into uncharted territory. And if you find the puck on your stick, just fire it out of the zone.
Fennell hands this one back for Ulrich. Ulrich racing by Stakowiak, gives this one along. Pitts turns this one around. Moving up Dubicki. Dubicki hands off shot, save made by Torgner. And even he didn't believe he got that one as he turns behind him.
Torgner having to go full speed post to post on that one, and he had to do it quickly. Needed to get himself to the near side, make the save, and most importantly, cover up that puck, freeze it, and get a face-off.
Max Resnick into the circle. He'll take on Payne Gatewood. On the face-off, 18:57 in the period, 33 left on the power play. Melso down after it. Lucas, we've been calling Sean Melso hockey for the last 8 years of our lives. We are getting older every day.
We truly are, but it is great to see so many familiar names for the two of us on these line sheets this weekend, Dan. It is chock full of the talent that you and I have watched grow and develop over the last 6, 7, 8 years.
This one given off, clap bomb taken, trying to score it from behind the net and almost tapped it in. It hit the glass, went high into the air, and reaching out over with the blade was Marcus Sang, who almost tipped it in the net as the power play comes to an end. That would have counted too. He was below the crossbar with the stick when he touched it.
That's your deep breath moment of the third period. The problem is, Dan, we're only 2 minutes into the third. Lots of hockey left.
Whistle blows for the icing at 18:04 in the third. Back down the other way we come. The score still 3-1. The SUNY Geneseo Ice Knights 3. The Tufts Jumbos 1. That's your score.
And Tufts seemingly carrying some of that momentum from the second here into the third. Couple of good chances, couple of desperation saves needing to be made, and now another offensive zone draw.
One by Tufts. That one down to the corner, jammed wide. McDonald gonna go play it. McDonald, hands on, looking past Ricotta. Byland, shoveled off the glass. Forberg wants it, won't get it. McDonald will hold it up. Shoveled back in, chasing down after it, Maddox Lazat. Lazat hands on Davidson. Davidson moves ahead, Andriol. Andriol shot over the glove, off the glass. Just taking any chance they can to put one at the net of Torgner. Around it comes near side, losing an edge for a moment as Pitts takes that shot through a bevy of bodies. No, diving chance taken and covered up by Torgner. Andriol on that second chance opportunity.
And one thing Torgner is going to have to watch out for, Dan, those backboards, and I think especially that back glass, are springy right now. Pucks are being fired off of it, and as Tufts continues to throw more pucks on net, especially with the speed and power that they're being thrown on net, that puck's going to come back into play.
John Mulvihill on the draw here. Stimple will trade places with Panchizin. Conversation going on right now. And they're going to go to the other side for the face-off, and coach asking for the explanation. He'll get it. He seems fine with it. And also a little chuckle from coach here on the Geneseo side.
We like chuckles. We like laughter. We like whimsy. It's a good sign.
That one turned along. It's going to be Melso gets to it. 17-10 to go in regulation. Pitched ahead. Deisman going to chase this one down. Pokes out at the poke save made by Byland. They connected in the center like a high five of hockey sticks.
And that's a great play by Byland, right? You do not want that puck and that play to come to you. Go out and meet it.
Deisman backhand pass, no look. Finds its way up for Weberg. Hard pass off the skate of Stimple. Sang tried to kick it out of the zone, couldn't. Deisman moves this one along for Panchizin, who can't reel it in. Pitched up over the head of Melso. Tried to jump and take it down, couldn't. Stimple will chase it for the icing whistle.
Yeah, the icing call coming there. Going to come all the way back down the other side. You can feel like a quiet tension happening right now, Dan. In the first, it was certainly louder. Guys yelling back and forth, a lot of big hits. But I think both teams are trying to settle into what they do best right now. For Tufts, they're trying to control the puck through center. They're just trying to maintain that offensive zone pressure as much as possible. For the Ice Knights, they want to get the pace of this game back up. They want as much open ice hockey as possible.
Walters backs up, Tufts out of the zone. Sang will try to get it. Kovacs hit hard by Sang. Lucas, it's been a physical game. It's been a pretty game. It's been two teams playing pro-level hockey. Demeski going to take this one down across the blue line. That one handed off. That shot from Gatewood just steers high. Nearly Domeski for Gatewood there, just couldn't open up the gates.
And a good backhanded escape right there. You could feel the pressure bearing down on him in the far side corner. Just get it out of there, get it away.
Nifty little play by Byland to keep that one going. Bagnall can't get it. Going to be taken by Dubicki. Dubicki now. A little 24-on-24 battle with Torgner. What a move in front. Poked away at the last second. Took it off him and reeled out for Bagnall to go play, and the whistle blows. Domeski unhappy with this call, Lucas. He'll head to the box. Second penalty in a row on Geneseo. A roughing call on Domeski with 15:30 left.
For Geneseo, this is not what you want right now, especially with Domeski in the box. He's one of your goal scorers today, and it's for good reason. Right? He's fast, he's skilled, he's exactly who you don't want to be losing for the next two.
Resnick on the draw for the second time today. The Tufts Jumbos on the power play, and now they are not. Trip.
Your power play call so long, it actually caused the power play to be over, Dan.
Pilasov was chasing Melso and just put the stick out. You're 4 seconds into the power play, right? And he knows it. He comes into the box and he's upset with himself. And it's one of those plays where you want to make something happen. You feel the desperation. You look at the clock and it's ticking away, and you reach the stick out between the skates. Bad things happen.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things where you want to make the play, and you don't want a skater to stop trying to make that play. Just want them to make the play a little bit tighter there.
4-on-4 now for the next minute 56. Shot save made in the catch and glove by Torkner. After that minute 56, we may set the record for shortest power play of all time at 4 seconds.
But it will still be a power play, so there will be an opportunity to get that power play goal.
Resnick on the draw. He'll take on Weberg. These have been the two best draw men in the game today, and they'll take one another on. Something's got to give, and it's Resnick who wins it, but then trying to hand it off has Melso jump the pass. Melso, he'll take it all by his lonesome behind the net. Turns up, has Weberg. Melso thought about a pass. Now he'll just keep skating. He's putting on a show out there. Panchizin. Under 15 left to go now. Getting late early for Tufts. Salve Regina, Lucas, and Coach Jay Punske in attendance watching this one. There are some things that need to happen for them to win this whole thing. And that thing, Lucas, is a Tufts win by 2.
Absolutely. And they are here for that. And it turns out, they're spending a little extra time in Florida. They're going to have practice tomorrow. And, talking to Coach Jay Punske, he gets what an event like this does, as do all of our coaches. It brings awareness to schools. It's a great recruiting boost, right? Showing off what these schools are capable of. It's as much of an advertisement for the program as it is a hockey game.
DeFlorio drags this one in. Shot missing all and out the center. It comes for Panchizin. And kudos to these 3 academic institutions for investing in their young athletes like this, right? This is something that a school as a whole takes on and allows these players to go do. You want to see more of this in the academic ranks and in the athletic ranks. They're student athletes, right? And these are just like going abroad and touring for school as well. You get an opportunity to experience the world and experience your sport in a new place. This is awesome work by everyone involved at Geneseo, at Tufts, at Salve Regina. We certainly want to give everybody from the academic side to the athletic department. A school is it's a family, Lucas, and they do a great job being just that at these 3 institutions. As that shot is blocked aside, that'll play.
Well, I think the biggest thing here too, Dan, is it's a great experience for the players. It's like a little reward mid-season, right? You get out of the cold, you come down to Tampa, you play in a fantastic arena that has hosted professional events, and then you go home and you finish out the season, right? But it is also a benefit to the school, right? You spend money to send the teams down here. Your schools get put on display under a big spotlight.
You know what I noticed about this place, Lucas?
What?
Remember last year they had the little tiny vacuum they kept using all over this rink. Don't see as many of the tiny vacuums this year. Haven't seen it once.
Well, because it was highly impractical. It was a vacuum built for essentially a large bus that was being used for this 20,000 square foot arena.
I just saw the cleanup crew working around here, folks, and last year we had a lot of conversation about the tiny vacuums that were all over this place.
They've switched to brooms, though, so I don't know if that's necessarily better.
Sweeping an entire ice rink. This is a 4-sheet facility. Best of luck. Walters shoots that one. Friendly fire. Hits Forberg. Steers wide. Ricotta tried to jam it in front. It's knocked away. Moved on through center. Kovacs. He'll back up. Turning. Shot. Shrugged high into the air and down. Played back up through center. That's going to be Lamar again. Melso. Given on. Blocker to side. Played there to the corner, trying to get it as Bagnall. Knocked free Lamar, jumping over the boards here, right off a change with a quick shot, kick save made. Another try, goes high and wide. It was Rizzo with a second chance. That one fired off the glass. What a job by Mulvihill coming over the boards off a change, and they just didn't mark him coming to the point there, got the shot off. That one from Mulvihill in front, scores! Looks to be O'Hare who puts it in there. It was Mulvihill who creates the chance. It's Liam O'Hare who scores it.
And another bouncing puck. This puck does not want to stay on the ice on the left side right now, currently being defended by the Ice Knights. It keeps popping up. It keeps jumping around. The first time didn't go. The second time was the charm. And Dan, all of a sudden, we have got ourselves a hockey game.
Remember, Salve Regina fans tuning in, Tufts has to win in regulation and by 2 or more for you to have a chance to win this thing. SUNY Geneseo just needs to get to overtime to seal the deal. Tufts needs a win and a bunch. Deisman played across center. Byland settles it down. Around it comes. It'll be backed up here. DeFlorio lets him go. Resnick hands off. Deisman. This was a 3-0 lead for Geneseo. All the way back comes Tufts. All the way back down this puck will come for the icing.
And that 3-goal lead becomes a 2-goal lead, becomes a 1-goal lead. And now you're starting to sweat a little bit, right? It becomes a very different hockey game right now, especially as the momentum continues to swing. We saw it towards the end of the second period, starting to go the way of the Jumbos, and throughout the third, they have continued to just hammer these possessions, continue to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Now they're down by 1.
Resnick on the draw, wins it for Tufts. Another offensive zone presence chance here for them. Weberg knocks it up for Deisman. 3-on-2 right now if they hurry. Back for Weberg. Weberg to Panchizin. Panchizin fans on the first chance. Second chance hits a body, goes high. Wraps that one around and hit the post with it. Never made it on net. Moved on along there. Ricotta. He can't get it. Gives off. Space for a shot. Getting the blocker to it just in time was Tordner. The chance taken by Cole Dubicki. He was mere inches from tying this up at 3. SUNY Geneseo fans got to be thinking, what do we got to do to have one end easily here? They were up by 2 yesterday and 3 consecutive goals. Put them behind before they came back and won it. They were up by 3 today, now only 1.
And now you're kind of seeing the Ice Knights, they're being a little more conservative, right? They're squaring up to the shooters. They're returning to that first period look. You like the idea of keeping the foot on the gas and creating as much offense as possible. But when the Jumbos make the adjustments, now the Ice Knights have to do the same.
We've reached the halfway mark in the third period. That shot over the glass. 10-10 to go. Oberding, that one shot, hits his own man with it. Horn got it in the hands right there. That one smarts as he heads to the bench. Round it comes Ricotta. Both sides getting changes. Oberting plays ahead. Davidson turns it on. Was looking for a man. Finds him. Andriol down the ice. Looking forward. Won't get it. That one knocked aside. Klein on the pass. Davidson gets it back. He puts it in front. Sprawling save by Tordner to keep the Knights in front. What a save by Jacob.
Torgner with potentially the save of the game if the result holds for the next 10. That was one that had back of the net written all over it. No idea how Torgner stopped it.
The second time today, Eli Pilasov has shot a puck at the net that should be in the net. And the second time, Torgner stood on his head. That one shoveled right back out. Tufts coming back at him. This one's going to be handed off for O'Hare. He's already got one in the period. Can he be the hero today? Gets it back. O'Hare has two on the back doorstep. Was looking for Sangno. Can they get out on the rush with it? Poked along. Gatewood reels it in. He's got Diamond to his right. Can't get the pass off to him. It's stolen right away. Beautiful hands by Maddox. Lazat to steal it. Demeski, he's going to pressure. That one turned in. Pitts down after it. And a deep breath by all.
You're going to need a lot of those deep breaths. For fans of both teams right now, please remember to breathe for the next 8 minutes and 30 seconds. This game is going to be high stress right down to the wire.
Stimple, quick shot, finds its way into the body. Save made by Byland.
And I think lost in the offensive resurgence of the Jumbos has been Byland, right? To hold on to this one, to give up those first three and be perfect since then. And to do it against a team that's really trying to throw some bodies in front. They are trying to menace him physically right now.
Timeout taken by SUNY Geneseo. The Knights to the bench to talk this one over, and you just can see the momentum. Old Mo was all on the side of the Knights with that 3-0 lead. And things have tilted the ice changing directions in Tufts. All the momentum now in the final 8:21.
It's a good timeout here from Geneseo. This is exactly we just talked about the deep breath. Hey guys, don't forget how we got here, right? Don't forget
I have
that
a gallon jug of water up here.
Just
and
finish
it's the second time I've almost.
You've got 40,
I'm not
45 seconds.
You want to
finish that? I'll walk us through the timeout. You finish that.
I'm not good, but if I finish it, there's 8:21 left.
Go.
I need water.
So you look at the side of SUNY, and what they've got going on right now is a return to form. That's what coach is trying to get them to do. Take a deep breath, guys. Make sure that we understand that we have to stay on the defensive side. And Dan, that's pretty close. Great job. Dan didn't want to do it, but the minute you say go, he's locked in. You're out of breath, Dan.
That was a lot of water.
You did it, though. You're so
too much
hydrated.
water. There was so much water.
Good news is you're going to need it.
8:21 to go. Off the timeout, Melso. One-timer shot from Stimple is blocked. Couldn't get through the bodies with it. Pushed on ahead. Gatewood will chase. Turned on in behind the net of Torgner. Torgner now. Played on. Stimple can't get there. Centered on in front. Winds up underneath the glove of Torgner. Was looking to connect with Brendan Fennell.
Earlier we talked about how the open ice was really going to benefit this SUNY side. And I don't know if that continues here, Dan. I think the more they lock this puck up, the more they can hit stop and go hockey, the better off they're going to be, because every time this puck gets passed back and forth through center, Tufts seems to come away with either a goal or a couple of good shots.
Fennell on the draw. No, he heads off. It's actually Dubicki. They got the change there. Dubicki on the draw for Tufts. This one goes down. 7:52 left to go in the third. Icing called, and back we come.
And a little bit of upsetment there. Some disappointed fans in attendance with that icing call. But, you know, as we so often point out, Dan, sometimes these icing calls become a player safety issue, right? So when you see sometimes those borderline calls go to the way of the icing, it's just a way to try to stop guys from going full speed in the boards.
Weberg versus Dubicki. He'll try it again. Weberg wins it over to Panchizin. Back for Zarudny. Zarudny around for Deisman. Deisman across center. Fires it in. Down after it, Weberg. Tapped in front. Deisman tried to get the shot off. Nice work with the stick of Ethan Ulrich to poke it away from him before he could take the chance.
Needed space for one more move. He got kind of hemmed in by that puck. It was stuck on the backhand. He was trying to get it to the forehand and just needed space for one more.
Helmet pops off. That's going to stop play. 7:23 to go in the third.
And as we get closer and closer here, Dan, I think it's becoming evident just the parity of the event, the three teams that were here. Everyone coming in with different records, different stats, a different style. We talked about how Tufts was winning close games, Salve Regina, how they were winning games by 3.5 goals. This SUNY side coming in and really dominating in their conference. And they've all come out during these 3 days and played some fantastic hockey.
7:25 left to go. This one pitched on in. Blocker to side. In net by Torgner. Out it comes from McDonald. Ricotta tried to knock it, couldn't. Zarudny turned on. Forberg can't get it. This one backed up for Lamar. Lamar hands over Klein. Klein gives off Resnick. He jumps it on in behind the net of Torgner. They got to get back on side, and they do. Played ahead, caught up in the skates. Rizzo, nice job there to tie up the man. Resnick hands this one along. Starting to see some reusing of skaters and lines. Trying to go to the top dogs or Tufts. That one, a quick shot coming off the bench was Klein there. The second opportunity in this third period created off a change. Turning back in, Resnick, hands on, shot, just missing wide was Klein, nearly had him.
Looked like it clipped the side of the net. Certainly got some movement back there. Got the fans excited.
Turned on, spinning shot from Rizzo, save made. Another try, deflected wide by the stick of Kovacs, no save needed. Ricotta finally gets at the center. Geneseo certainly needing the change. SUNY trying to get on the front foot a bit here. They've been defending since the 15-minute mark, it feels. Tufts continuing to play jumbo. Stakowiak can't keep it. It'll move its way out the center. Melso out of his reach. Davidson won't let him rest here. Melso around the boards, turns it over. Shot hit his own man. Davidson was flashing through. Pilasov was trying to get it on and could not. That one backed up by Torgner. Pushed on in by Diamond. He'll chase down after it. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. 3-2. Tufts trails Geneseo. Played for Walters. Walters, Demeski. Demeski gonna race on in. Shot to the body. Save made by Byland. Positioning save there. Put himself right where he needed to be and stoned it. The trophy has made its way ice side. Filled with oranges, filled with citrus. The Tampa College Hockey Invitational Cup may be on the move in the next 5 minutes here. Will it be heading to New York? Will it be going back with the Jumbos? Will Salve Regina take it to Rhode Island? You got to stick around and watch right here. We'll let you know. We'll show you down the stretch here. Taken to the corner, Fiorillo. Trying to fight it free, could not. Works around for Sang. Sang a nifty little move. Taken in front of the net by DeFlorio. He moves this one around Bagnall. Bagnall passed that one. A good look for Demescu. Just couldn't stay on his feet. He falls to his side. Torgner out of his net. Playing that one. Panchizin wants it at center. He'll get it. Sang ties him up for a moment, but a beautiful look for Gatewood. Gatewood across the blue line. Losing hold of that one. 4:13 to go in the third. Up for Melso. Melso pitchforks this one down behind. Chasing after it, Oberting. Oberting hands off, turning along. 4 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting late. Can Geneseo go 2-0 and win the cup? Can Tufts tie us up? Turning back with it. Holding, waiting, flips that one on. Tipped underneath the body there and held on to by Torgner. Geneseo can lift the cup with an overtime appearance in this game, but I'll tell you what, the fans at home, I'm sure, the coach on the bench, the players playing this game, you never want to win a cup when it's not a W. Here comes the face-off. One for Deisman. Deisman will skate ahead. Flips it down. McDonald after it. Moved around for Melso. Melso with Stimple to his right. To the backhand shot. Steered aside. Save made by Byland. He has to be perfect now down the stretch. Up for Stimple. We'll see how long he'll have the opportunity to be perfect and stay on the ice. That one turned over. Had to get back on side. Caught over the blue line was Dubicki. They've got to back it up 200 feet away. 3 minutes left to go. Final three here. Tufts on it. That one handed ahead. Moving it on through center and behind. Walters will chase it down. Walters reels that one for Kovacs. Kovacs gets it back. Turned up Forberg. Forberg hands on for Diamond. Diamond has to get after it now. He'll shovel it down. That one played there by Klein. Klein plays that one forward. Through the legs of Diamond. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go.
Can you grab the hats and toss them down to Lucas? The hats.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. 2:17 left to go. Kovacs will play this one. Turns this one back along for Diamond. Diamond will jump along. 2:07 left to go. Reels this one around the boards. Gatewood down after it. Demeski wants to play it into the corner. Tied up yet again. Klein going to hold him there. Demeski happy to be pinned along the boards and run this clock. Minute 48, time ticking away. Byland's never going to get out of the net if this thing doesn't come free. Demeski knows that good and well. Demeski has now run 25 seconds off the clock in this scrum. 28, 29 total seconds before it comes free. It's turned up for Zarudny. Under a minute 30 left now. Tufts has to get control of this one. Gatewood going to take it from him. Give it on for the one-timer shot from Torgner. Steers high. Gatewood having to get there. 1:13 left to go. Hard hit there. Trying to fight this one along. Torgner can't keep it. Now a chance to get the netminder out. He's not looking at his bench. Byland's still in. Drag chance. Going to wrap around the net. Torgner's outside the crease. We're under a minute left. Byland's still in the net. Byland's still not coming out. He'll stay. 52 seconds left to go. He's looking at the bench saying, can I come? They're asking for him. They're calling for him. 6 on 5. The net is empty now with 40 seconds left. That one tipped along. Behind the play, just a little miscommunication trying to get Byland off. Move back to the point. A chance for Tufts. Scores! Eli Pilasov redirects the chance from Drew Pitts, and the Jumbos are alive, baby! From 3 down to 3-3, Jumbos come up big.
And Dan Pilasov finally got one. You talked about the first 2 tries were stellar and got turned aside. Finally, 3rd time's a charm for the young man, and it could not come in a bigger moment.
30.3 seconds left to go in this one. Tied up at 3. Deisman, this one goes by him. Turned back to center. Pitched along. Down after it defensively. Tufts, 18 seconds left to go. A 3-goal lead has gone away. We may have extra hockey to play. Back on at the blue line. Knocked free one more time. 5 seconds left. Hard hit there. Oberton going to wear it from Panchizin. A wide open chance at the buzzer. Save made by Torgner. And Melso lays him down with a hit. Lucas Jones. 60 minutes of hockey was not enough. Overtime. From the Advent Health Center ice, will skate 3 on 3. The big news for Geneseo fans, is they have won the cup. They've won the cup with this. They had 3 points with a win yesterday in regulation. They've sealed at least 1 point today, which would get them to 4. So they're the champions of the tournament. But, Lucas, that means nothing to them. They want to win the game, and so does Tufts.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Everybody wants to win some hardware. Everybody wants to win some oranges. But they want the points. They want the regulation win. There are rankings positions available as a result of this one. That's what they're focused on. Dan, how many times in the last 2 years have we gone to overtime on our broadcast? It's starting to feel like it's more often than not.
It's because it's good hockey games, man. It's because these are two teams, two schools, two coaching staffs that just know what they're doing. They're professional. They play the game the right way. Their leadership on the bench is unrivaled, unmatched. So you get good hockey games. You get close hockey games. And to see what Coach Norton's done with his Tufts Jumbo side, to get them to climb back into this game, to never quit on this one, incredible work. For SUNY Geneseo, you take that 3-0 lead. You think you're going to survive this one. You got 40 seconds left to go when the netminders finally pulled. Byland tried to come out a couple times. There was kind of a miscommunication. At first he wasn't looking, then he was. Then they're calling for him. Then they thought the puck was going to get turned over, and they wanted to send him back, and took him till the 40-second mark to get that extra skater out there and into play. And he's the one who makes the assist. He takes that clapper, and then Eli Pilasov drives it home. What a game this has been, and it's not over yet. 5 minutes of 3-on-3, and if it's still tied, we'll go to a shootout. Lucas, Brian Linzer gets an assist in this broadcast for getting you the hats. If anyone heard me yelling hats before, we were trying to communicate. It's loud up here.
Well, I sprinted out because I realized how close we were getting to a presentation, and I left the most important thing down.
The hats.
The hats.
The star of the game hats.
And if you've seen us handing out these swag bags to our stars of the game, they contain hats, they contain oranges, some swag, and a Pop Stroke gift card, which I know the boys have been.
The boys are pumped on that. 5-on-5 we skate. It is overtime here in Tampa. The Tampa College Hockey Invitational not done yet. Melso, Bagnall, Forberg for one side. Horn going to be on the ice here with Pitts and Dubicki. That's your 3-on-3. It is Torgner for Geneseo, and it is Byland for Tufts. Carried in and turned around. Up top here, holding on to it, Dubicki. Dubicki will play this one back in hole. Trading places, he leaves off for Ulrich. Ulrich holds. Very patient start to the overtime. Going to carry it on in front, shot, scores! Ball game! Ulrich does it for Tufts. The Jumbos close it out with a win. Ethan Ulrich carries it in all by his lonesome and puts the nail in the coffin. 4 unanswered goals from the Jumbos of Tufts to win this one in overtime, 4-3. Tufts today's game winner. Geneseo, the champions. Not often both teams win. Tufts ends the tournament in 3rd place with 2 points with an overtime win. Salve Regina ends the tournament in 2nd place with 3 points at 1-1, and with an overtime loss and a regulation win, the champions of the 2nd ever Tampa College Hockey Invitational are the SUNY Geneseo Knights. What a game. What a weekend. We thank you folks for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. You got your trophy presentation, your Star of the Game presentation, a ton more to come from these two sides as we close out this event. Toby O'Brien, Ty, Melissa, Ian, the entire crew that have put this thing on. Brian Linzer on engineering, Lucas down there ice side. We thank everyone, Kevin Walters and the Tampa Bay Juniors organization for having us out. Coach Jay Punske of Salve Regina, Coach Pat Norton of Tufts. And the champion in this one, Coach Chris Schultz for Geneseo. An incredible event. We've been proud to host this one with you all watching in for free. And we get ready now to go down to ice level in just a moment with Lucas Jones and Toby. Take it away.
We'd just like to thank everyone right now that has made this tournament possible the last 2 years. With Brett, Kevin with the Tampa Bay Juniors have done a phenomenal job. Gene Binder, all the referees. We don't have hockey without them. All of the fans, the parents. Hockey is supposed to be about life experiences, and I hope this was a positive life experience. Dan Kay, Obi-Wan, like, things don't happen without guys like you. You love the game, you care about the game, and thank you so much. All the off-ice officials, just phenomenal. None of this starts unless people talk to one another. People are willing to sit down and have a cup of coffee. This whole tournament idea started with Pat Norton and I having a cup of coffee during one of our camps in Sun Valley, Idaho, and we just talked. And we said, let's do something special for college athletes, student athletes. These guys are student athletes, these guys are student athletes, and things don't happen unless you are willing to talk to people. So Pat, thank you for having the conversation, right? And I'm glad you had a great game tonight, right?
A round of applause for both teams. And now let's get first to our stars of the game. First, from the Knights, it's the netminder, number 31, Jacob Torgner. Jacob, come on out.
Torgner will get his picture taken down ice side, and then a question with Lucas Jones as we close out these festivities. Torgner started both games this weekend, going 1-0-1.
Now, Jacob, a heck of a game here, the third game of this tournament. Obviously not the result in the game that you guys wanted, but from your side, I can see you are absolutely drenched, young man. You put in a heck of an effort. What was it like to face down this tough side tonight?
Obviously, a really tight game. I think can might as well have won, but really fun being here. Good game. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Tough loss.
Jacob, you said it all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now we get to the side that pulled off an incredible comeback on day 3 of this event. It's the Jumbos, and we need number 14, Ethan Ulrich.
The game-winning goal scored by Ethan Ulrich, the junior who transferred in from the Air Force Academy. He's skating around like the captain today, and a big win for him in overtime.
Now, Ethan, let's talk about this comeback. There was a moment where things looked like they might not swing, and then all of a sudden, one goal turned into 4. What was the mentality on the bench when that first goal scored and you guys started to feel that momentum?
Yeah, I think it just shows our team's maturity. Being down 3-0, we never really thought we were out of it. We always believed that we had it in us, and as soon as that first one went in, we kind of felt it in our gut.
Now, a win in this event, in this style, does this momentum carry you guys forward through the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, this is huge for us, especially going back into league play. Definitely, we're going home happy and with confidence.
Ethan, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now with our stars of the game, we have to hand out some hardware here. With a 1-0-1 record, the Knights from SUNY Geneseo came away with a victory in this tournament. Let's get the captains out here.
The captain's looking around wondering, yes, that's us, as Lucas calls him out. Got to get used to this if Geneseo's going to raise the cup at the end of the year. Your captains, Alex Demeski, out there with Carter Deisman. They'll be the two that raise the cup.
Congratulations to the Ice Knights, 1-0-1, your tournament champions. Thank you so much. Let's get a reaction here. How does it feel to be taking home some hardware and I think more importantly, some oranges for the boys?
Yeah, it's great. Not the outcome we wanted today, but we're going to take as much momentum as possible going into the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. That's all from down on the ice. We send it back up to Dan in the booth.
Thank you, Lucas Jones. Thank you to our engineer, Brian Linzer. Thank you to everybody who brought this event all together. Thank you to all 3 schools in attendance, Salve Regina, the SUNY Geneseo Knights, and Tufts University. Tufts a win today. Everybody gets one down here in Tampa, Florida. For the entire crew, for the Dan K Show, go give us a follow at _Dan K Show. Like and subscribe here on YouTube for more content. When Dan K's on the mic, It's always hockey night, your champions, the Geneseo Ice Knights.